Good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And today, I have a little lesson on how you could jam and play over chord changes and really move your playing to the next level by playing over chords individually. And you heard me doing that in the intro to this lesson. And basically, it's a cool technique that will give your playing such a sophisticated sound and will really open up the doors and really springboard your playing to the next level. Hey, if you have a second, please subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to keep the content coming. Please leave a comment in the YouTube comment box below. Let us know, what you'd like to see in coming lessons, what you'd like to learn, what gear reviews you'd like to see. Let us know. Leave a comment. And if you like the video, please click the like button. Give it a thumbs up. We so appreciate it. And in a previous lesson, I took you through some basic sweep arpeggio movements in that, and I kind of spoke about this lesson as a coming part to that technique if you want to move it over chords. So that was kind of like part one. This will be like part two. So I'll put a link to that lesson. So when you're soloing and jamming and improvising, you have two basic choices. Right? You can solo over what relates to all. So that means no matter what chord is playing, you're using the same scale or the same mode, the same arpeggio. You're kind of playing the same scale over all the chords. The second way is you could kind of take the progression and treat each chord as a separate event, and you're playing changes as far as you might be not playing one scale over one chord, changing it, go to a different scale or a different arpeggio or a different mode over the next chord, change back. So you're kind of treating each chord as a separate event, and that's what we're talking about here. Not that one way is better than the other, it's just they're both great and they're both different and they'll both give you different sounds, and you can mix them both up too, right? And that's kind of what I was doing for a while in the jam in the beginning. At the end is I'm playing over each chord, and then I'm kind of playing over both chords and kind of mixing it all up into the soup. First thing you have to do is you have to know the chords you're playing over, right? No matter what jam you're playing, always know the chords, because the chords give you the complete roadmap to what could be used for solo and improvisational purposes. The key is only a part of it. You want to know the chords. So this jam track is in the key of E minor, and it's just a 2-chord change. Basically goes from an E minor to a B minor, right? And 2-chord changes where there's slow moving chords are great to practice this technique, because if the chords are changing really fast, you don't really have a lot of time to play on each chord individually. Or if there's lots of things going on and lots of chords and there's a lot, it's hard to weave a solo into all that, right? So when you're practicing over jam tracks, here's a pro tip, right? Make sure the track is wide open, right? So there's plenty of room, especially at first when you're just kind of working on your techniques, plenty of room to weave a solo in. And by the way, you want to get this jam track, because then you'll be able to practice and apply these principles you're going to learn, right? You got to have application, and jam tracks are an invaluable tool for practicing and for honing your technique. So click on that link. I'll put a link in the description box below, and I'll send you the jam track I'm using in this lesson plus 5 more. So you'll get 6 jam tracks for free and 2 ebooks in which I talk about each track individually, what works over it, what to try scale-wise, mode, arpeggio-wise, why it works. So it's a great learning tool. I call it my jam track coach. 6 jam tracks and 2 ebooks. Click on that link, I'll send it to you for free. So take advantage, it's a great practice tool. So we're in the key of E minor, and when you're in minor key, you can always use minor, pentatonic, and blues over all the chords, right? So you immediately know you can use E minor, pentatonic, and blues if you want to use that as a soloing avenue. But you could also use E natural minor over all the chords, E Aeolian mode, and I was doing that in the jam too, right? But here's the thing. We can do those things also over each chord. So over the E minor chord, right, when that E, we use E minor, E natural minor, E pentatonic minor, but when the chord changes to B minor, we kind of shift our thought processes and we play something that relates directly to that chord, the B minor chord. B minor pentatonic and blues, B natural minor, right? B Aeolian mode. You can also use B Dorian if you want. You could use E Dorian over the E minor chord. So you see, you kind of have to time your playing, you know, and change over each chord, and it really produces some killer sounds. So let me show you some of the scales I was using, and then we'll get into the actual playing technique. So over the E minor chord, you know, you could use your basic E minor pentatonic and blues expanded scale. And I was using E natural minor. You can use this one here. Right? You can play up. Right? In E natural minor, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. E pentatonic minor, E, G, A, B, D. But over the B minor chord, let's try B minor pentatonic and blues. Right? And maybe B natural minor. Play B natural minor here. I think in the jam I was also using this one up here. That's the same one as this one, just one octave up. So there's a great batch of scales that you could kind of create your licks from. And if you watch the previous lesson, I was doing that with minor triads, with arpeggios, and showing you how you can kind of sweep those arpeggios, and it gives you a really cool sound over the track. Now over the E minor chord, you can play this real melodic stuff, but when the chord changes, B minor, you're going to switch to B natural minor. B natural minor. Then it's E minor. B minor. So do you see how, even me just doing it without the track, you can hear how we're outlining those changes and emphasizing those strong chord tones when the chords change. Let's put on the track and I'll show you what I mean. I got the track on, right? So here's the E minor chord, right? Perfect. Play your E minor pentatonic and blues, E natural minor, E Dorian. Here's a change. B minor. Switch B minor pentatonic, B natural minor, E Dorian, B pentatonic. So let's use E natural minor. Change to B natural minor. Back to E natural minor. Now B minor. Back to E minor. Here's the arpeggios I was playing in the last lesson. Minor. E minor pentatonic. B minor pentatonic. That's all you know is pentatonic. Start with that. E minor pentatonic again. Slide out of it. Slide to B minor pentatonic or B natural minor. Play the same licks. Try that. E minor and then B minor. There it is in E. Now D. Same exact lick. Just move the key. Try it again. B minor. E minor, pentatonic. Same thing. B minor, pentatonic. Now mix them together. Of possibilities, right, open up on the guitar when you start playing over each chord independently, treating each chord what I call as a separate event, right, where we're focusing on E minor type devices, scales, arpeggios, modes over the E minor chord, and B minor devices, scales, arpeggios, modes, whatever you know too. And like I said, if all of you know right now is minor pentatonic, then just try switching between that and that's fine. This is just a springboard to get you going, right? And we're working on those things over the B minor chord. So you got to kind of look at those chords as they're rolling by as separate events, and always listen to the track first and try to pick out, okay, there's this chord, and then there's this chord, and then okay, this chord, and then we're back to this chord, right? And that'll really help you get in the mindset to use this technique. It's so much fun and can really open up the floodgates. And I got a lot of questions on gear, so I like to go over the gear I'm using in each lesson. In this lesson, I'm using this killer guitar made by Universum. This is the Mariana Private Reserve model. It's an absolutely stunning guitar. Universum makes some amazing guitars. I'll show you some pictures. They are a company that hand makes premium guitars out of the Ukraine, and they're just works of art. Their guitars play beautifully, they sound beautiful, and they're handcrafted, and they're just making some really creative, some different things with their engineering and designing. Really cool. I urge you to check them out. You can go to their website, universumguitars.com. And also I'll put the review of this guitar up in the links also in case you want to learn more about this. I'm playing through a Paul Reed Smith Archon 25 watt all tube amplifier. All right, I'll put the review to that amp up there also in the links. And I'm plugged straight into the front of the amp. I'm on the lead channel. The distortion, the gain's about 50%, and the only effects I'm using in the effects loop is I'm using a Keeley Caverns pedal for just a little splash of delay and reverb, and that's it. So have fun with it. Be sure to get the jam track, the same track I just used, by clicking on that link below. I'll send you that and 5 more, different tempos, different keys, because you want to try this in different keys, right? And the ebook, send it to you for free. Click on that link below. It's an invaluable practice tool. Subscribe to the channel, right? Got tons more great content coming. So be sure and subscribe. We so appreciate it. I'm David Taub with Next Level Guitar. Hey, keep up all that hard work on that guitar. Remember, these techniques will take a little time, but once you get them, man, the sky's the limit. Keep up all that hard work. Keep having fun with it. Swing for the fences. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and rock.